what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. Oh, there we go! They touched!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Frankie! Down to the inside of Hoosie's off!
Messenger throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Alright guys, so this is a first thing for this channel, but is my mic even on? Yes it is. So this is the first thing for this channel, guys. For more podcasts, go over to the Bonehead Racing channel. That channel's taking a little while to get ready for streaming, but after tonight's race, the round of 4 has started. Not round of 4, round of 8.
8. Wow, we're jumping gun here.
Yeah. It was a long night for a lot of us, but we're going on next week to Kansas, so for any thoughts out there, what do you guys think is going to happen for next week?
A surprising clean race.
Like,
I was about to say the opposite. I think I'm going to probably end up into a wall at some point during that race. I think I'm going to end up in a wall.
Or flip me again. That too.
Yeah, but like if it's going to be clean, like next week, whoever wins that race, and if they're in the chase, they move on to the round of 4. So, like,
Oh boy, it's a big game stuff right there.
it's like there is going to be quite a few cautions, more than likely. So,
Well, of course, that's just a given. Depends how loose or tight the setup goes.
I mean, yeah, it also, the setup is a big factor at Kansas, but the thing is with Kansas, a lot of people screw their own self over. I've been doing a lot of races today, and there's construction below me. I am sorry if you hear that, but the at Kansas, if you do a lot of racing there, you kind of understand that it's very sandpaper-like, and you will have to every now and then come off the top and start running the bottom, just so that way you can get a little bit more grip.
like, there's no doubt, like, you can't hold one straight line at Kansas. Like, I've seen drivers at my hometown track go from middle, low, and then high. It's just, it's not really about racing the other people there. It's like how you race the track, pretty much.
Indeed. Well, my home track, everyone just wrecks in the last lap, but that's just Canada.
But, after today's race with Richard Reagan walking away with the win, do you guys have any thoughts about that, on what happened?
He didn't just win; he dominated.
Yeah, he's full on dominated that. I'm gonna end up actually rewatching it just to get a few pointers on the track, so that way, you know, if for some reason I'm racing that track again with those cars, I will have an idea of what to do. I will be watching him.
I highly doubt you'll be racing that track with those cars again.
Yeah.
No one has ever come up with doing that.
Like, that track...
But this guy...
Yeah, with that track and with the Nationwide, it's like... It's not really a good combo, but it's somewhat of a fun combo as well.
Well, maybe the Xfinity cars might work fine, but these cars, holy crap.
Especially with that little.
They are touchy.
Yeah, especially with that little uphill coming out of turn 5, 6.
Don't
Okay,
get me started on that.
I'm sorry. That is not a hill. That is a full-on jump. Let's face it.
It's a danger sign.
Forza danger signs, baby.
I don't know why it would be a danger one, but okay.
A lot of people
if-
wrecked off of that.
Yeah. Honestly, the treacherous turn 1 and 2, and then you got the jump. And that's like the 2 points during the track where you need to nail it or you're screwed. Your lap will be done.
Yeah, like it's just really depending on who's the best there. It's just Lime Rock, and I've raced Lime Rock since season 1. It's not the easiest track, I'm gonna say that right now. Like, it's like the Nürburgring, except just a really shrunk down version of it.
You're getting credit to the Nürburgring there. Holy crap.
Ooh.
The Nürburgring. Oh, I do not want to race that with these cars.
Honestly, though, if you actually now that I think
do.
about it, if you take a track map of Lime Rock and the Nürburgring, they're kind of the same. One's just a lot bigger than the other.
Yeah, just about like 11 miles or something.
Well, yeah, but honestly, just take a map of one and then just put it over top of the other, and it actually looks like just a really small Nürburgring.
That is true.
Yeah.
But the Nürburgring isn't updated as Lime Rock and iRacing. That's the other difference.
But
Honestly, out of all the road courses in iRacing, the one that I want updated is Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
I
think
think
that's a given.
yeah, like
think
that,
that one.
that's definitely what they should do for iRacing is update Watkins Glen, because they have those 2 new little concrete aprons there coming off of the chicane and going into the last turn.
Yeah.
And right now it's just grass there, and it's kind of like hard not to go in there.
I mean, even the bus stop, the apex is so much bigger, so that way you can use a lot more of the rumble strip on the inside heading into it, whereas right now you get a little bit of a smaller spot, so
Like,
you know you're not carrying as much speed.
like the bus stop's not really that bad. It's just the track itself is outdated and needs to be updated.
Yeah.
A lot of tracks are. Well, we should do the boot.
So
No. No. We're not going from a 1 minute 15 like maximum type thing to like a 2 minute lap time. That's just no.
But it's fun.
like the boot itself is actually quite fun, but the
The races would take too long.
No, but just to drive it around with like a 3,000-pound car, like
Oh,
going into the first turn of the boot, I've done it with the Nationwides. It just doesn't turn into the boot.
Well, the car doesn't turn in general.
That's if the
especially when you put a Talladega setup on for Lime Rock.
But
That's amazing.
with us going with Bonehead Racing going to Kansas next week, how much pressure do you think is going to be on the chase drivers? Like, if they want to win and get into the last round.
Well, if we're looking at this in real life race today, yeah, a lot. And how that race played out. We're gonna see Rex at turn 1 then.
Honestly, I'm no longer going to be making those runs to the restroom during the pit stop. This time I'm going for the maximum, well, not maximum, minimum pit stop time, so that way I can get back out there. Actually, this was the second race in a row where I ran to the restroom to go to the bathroom and stuff in the middle of my pit stop. So
From Talladega.
yeah, that was I'm not doing that anymore. I need to get wins now, so I'm hungry. But
Yeah, but you keep starving though.
Like, I would say Kansas is probably your best bet to win at, Ryan.
yeah, just I ran there all week. And just I know that the Xfinity and Nationwides are completely different.
But they're kind of the same.
The line is, well, downforce wise they're different, but
Yeah, definitely.
the line that they run is the same. The way that the marbles and everything form is the same. and that's what I was mainly studying when I was racing. And really, I was just practicing a lot of overtakes and stuff throughout this week. And yeah, it was quite fun. I really enjoyed this week's, but you know, I'm really looking forward to that. But one I'm looking forward to most is Pocono, hometown track. So,
like I'm probably gonna say this now. Pocono's probably gonna get quite a few people going either to turn 1 or at the very back in turn 2.
yeah, heading into Camelback, that's pretty tough. I call it, if there's ski resorts on every single point of the turn, so the locals call it by the ski resorts and not by actually the tunnel turn.
Yeah.
Like they don't call it tunnel turn, turn 1, 3.
That's a nice fun fact.
Yeah.
I tell you a fun fact about Mosport. It's not fun sitting on the fun stretch. Especially when the race is over. You climb a lot of stairs over the track, go down a deep flight of stairs with a lot of people. It's not fun. I sprained my ankle last year.
Oof.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, it was not fun.
Yeah, so but actually, speaking of standings, we're in the final 8. But who is your pick for the final 4?
Not me.
Well, honestly, the final 4 is gonna probably come down to a lot of pressure because with I think it's Phoenix or Michigan. Is he either Phoenix or Michigan?
Here,
I
I got it.
both.
Here.
Yeah, Phoenix we're okay with if we get the less break. I was fine there last time. Just
Yeah,
the break
so-
sucked.
Next up, we got Kansas, then we got Phoenix, and then we're going to Michigan.
Yeah, so like with Michigan probably coming up, like that's a 2-mile track, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And-
2 miles.
Like it's technically a super speedway, but it's also a really hard track to like
Yeah.
pass in or avoid wrecks sometimes. But at that point, it's
Yeah.
pretty much down to driver skill.
Yeah, which, you know, for somebody like me who hasn't had iRacing for a very long time, that's going to be a track where a lot of practice is going to need to come into play. I need to, you know, obviously do a lot of practice for us that don't have the, you know, iRacing experience. I mean, granted, everybody's going to be practicing, I think, coming down to that final 4, but it's basically about who really understands the track most. That's going to make it to the final 4. Those guys.
I love those 2-mile tracks. I'm just somehow good at it. Like Auto Club, I just somehow do stupid well for no reason. Don't ask me why, 'cause I don't know. I just perform really well there.
Actually, I'm just wondering, if there was a track that you wanted added, obviously,
Auto Club.
but it's already added to iRacing.
Oh. So I don't know.
Okay, well, actually, let me rephrase. If there's the track that you would rather have updated or have a just general track, like a road course or something, added to iRacing, what would it be?
Well, what would be awesome? It's if they're adding Pinty-Sers, which they might.
Yeah.
iRacing on Live and talked about it. It'd be cool if they added a lot of Canadian short tracks. We have a lot of those. They're like shorter than Bristol, some of them. And there's a couple of road courses that to be interesting to add. And I'll probably buy all of them. It'll be very interesting. Cause it'll be the first time Dodge will be in iRacing. Because Dodge pretty much owns 75% of Pinties.
Wait, Dodge's races in Pinties?
Oh
Yep.
god, there's 75%, and they're all different models. All cars are different models. It's the Challengers, and you have the Chargers, different years. It's really cool. Same in the Fords and the Chevys. You still have Monte Carlos on track.
Like if I had to see a track added, I would like to go to like an older track that they don't use anymore in the NASCAR schedule, like Texas World Speedway. Because
Ooh,
like that track looks like a lot of fun.
I forget the track's name. You just reminded me of something. It shut down, I think, maybe in the 80s, 70s, something like that. But it was in California, and it was this ginormous track. And they closed it down, and you don't even notice that it's there anymore.
An oval or a road course?
It's an oval. Yeah, it had a road course built along with it. It was a lot like, I want to say it was bigger than Miami, but it was shaped like Miami. Homestead, so Homestead, Miami.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I remember the name of it, I will say it. But I'll get back to that to you guys on that actually.
But one track I would enjoy to see again is it's like shaped like Phoenix, but it's not Phoenix. It's Nazareth.
Oh yeah, Nazareth.
Like,
Oh, I love Nazareth.
Like that would be a fun track to see in iRacing.
Oh, I love playing that in NASCAR 04 and 05. That's fun. Playing it on 7, man, it's amazing. Playing Nazareth. I just thought they added Nazareth. It'd be cool to add Bristol Dirt too, and it'd be cool if they added Dirt Martinsville. It's possible.
Did Martinsville ever do what's it called?
Dirt.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably not. But hey, they added it to USA and and Lanier, so why not? Throwing the dirt on it, you're good to go. Hey, it'd be cool.
Got it. It was Ontario Motor Speedway Park. It was okay, so let me read about it real quick. Ontario Motor Speedway Park was a motorsport venue located in Ontario, California. It was the first and only automobile racing facility built to accommodate major races sanctuated by all 4 dominant racing sanctions bodies. So IndyCar, open wheel,
yeah.
like Formula One, NASCAR, and then also NRJ drags.
And one guy from the broadcasting chat said they should add Huntsville Speedway.
Huntsville?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
I've heard of it, but I don't exactly.
I've heard of it too, but I don't know what that looks like. I switched up.
And there's also one track I just saw about today. It was on NR 2003 stuff, but the track was called Calder Park Thunderdome.
Oh, I know that track.
Like,
Huntsville was in NASCAR. Oh my. And NASCAR took the Daytona.
Like it would be fun to see that track in there because it's basically like Charlotte. And from what I saw, they race going left and right sometimes.
The Thunderdome. Oh, that's a cool track.
If
Really
I
cool
actually
track.
I don't know why, but I really want them to make a track where the straightaways are shorter than the turn. You know what I mean? Like a perfect oval, but have the turn be super big and just have the straights be really short.
Like that would be fun.
I think that would be a really strange track.
And also, what do you guys think about here in about 10 minutes we start bringing some people in here to ask them some questions?
Sounds great.
Hey, okay.
And then we just start talking about the real life racing stuff.
Sounds good.
Hey, okay.
Alright, so about 10 minutes. So like with the rest of the schedule coming out, what track do you think is gonna be the most difficult one for drivers?
Maybe Concord, but I don't really know. Phoenix, if the setup is fixed, then no. Man, it's a tough one. I don't think there'll be a problem with Michigan. I don't see that.
I think out of all tracks, Phoenix, everybody gets the hang of halfway through. I think Pocono people will start losing it partially, but going into the very final race, Concord, from my practice laps, I've just kept practicing there, just in case. You know, I'm practicing and practicing and practicing. I'm just thinking, if that's probably going to be the toughest track for anyone, even for those guys not in the chase. That's just generally a tough track. It's a strange shape, and it's hard to tell where you are on the track. So I think that will be pretty tough.
It's Pocono's little brother.
Yep.
I'd probably say, if anything, it would probably be Kansas. It's probably going to be a little bit of a struggle for people because of how it's built and how you got to run it and all that.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a track that you can run flat, but really once you get on it, you're realizing that you know, when you're riding that wall, if you just push that slightest bit too much, you're hitting that wall no matter what.
Like, when me and my friend went over to Kansas last night for the ARCA race, he said the track looks easy to drive, and I'm like, oh, it is not.
Well, we did a test race, then I got full and pretty much was late the whole time, so I think I'll be just fine.
Well, that's if you show.
I have a way of maybe showing.
Yeah.
Smarticle boy.
I mean, and for me, I won't be able to practice all week because I will be out of town. So,
That
and I'm
sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, I was waiting for Russell to say that.
Well, if anything, like, it would be fun to see you there and try to win the Kansas race so you can have a shot at the last 4.
Oh, I hope so too. I'm actually looking forward to Pocono. Pocono is fun.
Okay, honestly though, I'm just thought about it. The Roval. What do you think about the Roval?
Well,
like coming, not necessarily real life, but what do you think it will bring to iRace? How people, you know,
Honestly,
race.
I don't see anything changing.
like, once it's done and the new one's out, or this one we have now?
The new one.
I don't see a change.
I'd probably see a lot more wrecks happening because of the bus stop on the backstretch, because that got quite a few drivers that Charlotte this year.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna send like maybe the Indy cars or something there.
That
For a fixed race. That would be interesting.
that would be fun.
Not
to see.
fixed, open or fixed, really, because they
It would
run.
probably go under open
Like,
because the fixed version is just ovals.
it would.
Yeah.
It would be fun to see, like, iRacing do some of the old Delaras and the DW12s and have them put into a series for road course instead of having the Mazdas, the production car, and all that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I just feel like the Skippies, they'll send the Skippies there every now and then.
I honestly wish they just made all the stuff that no one does, like no one like races anymore for free, tracks and stuff like that. Just make them free.
Like,
Yeah, one.
I think
Yeah,
Take a
once
look at the Radical. It's being used now because it's free. So
Like, I think the, what's it called? The sprint car and the, what's it called?
Crown.
The Crown, yeah. They should make those free to drivers or rookies and all that, so they could introduce it to a new series for the new rookies. Like, from R class, it would be the Silver Crowns, and then D class will be the sprint cars.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I hate how coming into iRacing, you race you race rookie street stock, you race really hard, and like, boom, I'm D class. Then you find out that you have to pay for either K&N or late model. I would honestly lean towards like late model going to the free stuff, and maybe having late model be free, and that way you get to race that, and then you get into C class, and that's where you buy it, start purchasing stuff like that. But I think, but I think running where you have to go into where you're rookie, and then you just have to keep running rookie street stock to eventually that your safety rating and stuff goes so far through the roof that you do get to C class stuff.
That's true.
That is like, that's annoying. Just to get into the C class street stock.
I just wish they made licenses harder to obtain.
Like, with that being
That's
said,
what I
it's
wish.
why would they make it free when it should be free, even though it's like the late models are good cars, but
Yeah.
it's just who drives them. Like, I've been in plenty of races with the late models where I've seen idiots drive them and wreck for no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if anything, make the truck series, or heck, even the old cup cars, a rookie series if you want to get into stock car racing, so they can know what a 3,000 pound car is like compared to like a 5,000 or 6,000 pound car.
You mean you said 3,000 versus 5,000?
Like, is the late model lighter or heavier? I don't know.
No,
It's wide, but
yeah.
Like,
I don't ever say it's heavier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like it would be
Let's check.
like iRacing should add like a lower tier series for like a wide car before they move on to those fat cars.
Yeah, it's only 3,100 pounds. Yeah, it's just wide. It's more of a stock car than anything else.
Like, it would be interesting to see though, just to see
Oh,
them run it compared to what we got now.
I agree. They should use the old trucks as well. To use that as like a baseline to where you learn how to do truck racing, you learn how to drive a high power car.
Yeah. Okay, part of me also wishes that the old, the 2013 Impala, I just wish that they would, I know this sounds weird, but make that a K&N car, so that way you have,
Well,
Gen 4 and Gen 6. That way you get to, you get
wait,
both cars.
the
stuff.
2013 or the COT?
The 2013. Because they don't race.
the Ford
Yeah, like
and the Toyota as well.
it would be interesting to see the old Gen 5s in iRacing for like Can-Am, Arca,
Oh,
or stuff
I
like
want
that.
the wing.
Like,
Yeah, didn't they get rid of the wing and now it's a spoiler? Or is it
Yeah.
still?
no, like, for what, COT?
Yeah, COTs.
Yeah, they got rid of that wing because I don't know who.
I want the wang.
So
it
do
would
I.
be fun to see those back in iRacing or
Yeah.
real life. But
Yeah.
one car that I would like to see come in is the like K&Ns or the Arca, because they run the old Gen 4 cars and the old Gen 5s with those big spoilers. And a car that I would like to see also come in are the old Gen 4s with like Dodge, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, and all that.
I wish you had a Dodge. Even I wish you had a Dodge Xfinity car. That would just be cool to run.
Which, I don't know if they still use that in Xfinity, do they?
Oh, they do. Like some back market teams use it once in a while.
Oh.
That would just be cool to use, honestly.
It would.
I wish you had the Ford trucks too, but
Like, okay, if you guys had to see any car brands come back to NASCAR, what would you want to see? Like a Pontiac or stuff like that?
Pontiacs don't exist anymore.
I wish. I love their Gen 4 cars.
Yeah. I would want. I
Dodge.
do want Dodge to come back because. Okay, here's my thing. NASCAR is an American sport,
That is true.
America.
so get this Japanese Toyota thing out. Bring in, Dodge again. Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Let them battle it out, and I'm good. Maybe far, far down in the future where we, for some reason, get rid of the V8s and put in an electric. Let Tesla come in. They'll probably just get wrecked out because they're Tesla. Nobody likes Tesla. That's just me, though. It's V8s for the win. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, if more and more I think about it, we are going towards electric. If NASCAR ever does become electric, I think Tesla might be dominating the car.
All right,
That'd be more expensive though.
All right, we're going to take
It
a quick
would.
commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start interviewing people. We're going to interview Trent Sneed and Will Rodarm, or Rock. Not. Do any of y'all know?
We're interviewing Will.
Will. So when we come back, just expect an interview from them, and they might stick around, they might not. And after that, we're going to start talking about real life stuff going on with NASCAR, and then we're probably going to end it off there for tonight. And then next week, Kansas post-race broadcast on hopefully the Bonehead
The real
Racing,
channel.
the Bonehead Racing channel.
I actually, really enjoy dirt racing. Feels good to get in the car, and we have, great cars and engines and things at KKR. So it's nice to drive a fast sprint car.
Couple of separate lines developing. 3 wide action on a turn 2. Craig Kinzer, Casey Kane, and Garrett Pittman going at it.
I think the differences between, NASCAR and the sprint races on dirt is just a much different mindset. The way you drive your cars, the setup, the feel you're looking for. I think one of the hardest things to tell as a fan is when you're watching a race, whether it's a NASCAR race, a dirt race, is just what's really going on in the car. With iRacing, you can get the way that the track's changing, which they've done a great job in how the track changes throughout the night or throughout the race, just to try to capture it and let the fans play it and realize, like, man, there's actually a lot going on, and you can't always see that when you watch a race. So I think it's pretty neat. It's, enjoyable for me, but at the end of the day, it's actually much of a simulation, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn from that. And, early on, it was neat to look at the Cup tracks that I was going to, places that I had never been. So I think it kind of gives you a head start leading into a weekend. It's pretty real life, and that's pretty neat.
For the guys, we're back here with Trenton and Ryan Flanagan.
What? You mean Will?
Shush. It's been a long night. Okay.
Well, you don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I don't exist.
So, Trent and Will, after tonight's race, like, how would you say you did, or what do you want to say about it?
You want to go first, Trenton?
Yeah, sure.
Riveting.
I mean, the race was pretty quiet.
Perfect. Why is this being done? Don't mind me. I'm just on Photoshop as we're doing the interviews.
Right,
I asked if you wanted to go first. You said yes.
Oh, I thought you asked. Okay, what was the question?
What do you have to say about tonight's race?
Oh, crickets. And like it was just 75. It was like the complete opposite of eye pacing. Everyone was just so spread out.
It was eye pacing.
It was eye pacing at 120 miles an hour.
Pretty much.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
like 50.
I was
Yeah.
always actually at one point I was stomping on the gas coming out of the last corner just to see how fast I could get on the front stretch.
Yeah.
And
At least Lucas didn't get mad this time.
Okay, should I go now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I think you guys all know how I did. I think I ended up finishing 10 laps down, and I got 50 exits. So I still finished 6th. I mean, I made it into the next round, so I guess that's all I could ask for.
So
And I'm glad we're not doing another road course because, oh boy.
Oh, you didn't hear? We are replacing Phoenix with the Roval.
Are you serious?
No.
No.
We're
you
doing the
serious?
Phoenix road course.
No, we're not.
No,
we're not.
We're doing the Phoenix
You
Rally
scared
Cross.
me.
Yeah, the Phoenix Rallycross.
I mean,
I wish I had practiced for Lime Rock because I didn't at all.
Like-
I guess that didn't help me.
Like practicing for tracks helps a lot. So,
I mean, considering I had never run Lime Rock before today.
but
And that'll probably be your last time running Lime Rock.
If you put in like mandatory like pit stops for Richard, then it might have been interesting. But
yeah, and the lack
like
of caution.
he had to do 10 pit stops during the race at some point, and then it would have been interesting.
it would have. So, for leading into next week for Kansas, like, would you guys say you're ready for it, or would you say like you're kind of nervous on how you're gonna finish there, since it's like you win and you're in round 4? Like, what?
Wait, it's winning in?
Yeah.
Oh dang, that's pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty decent. I'm definitely gonna have to put in some practice because for any of the races I've been in, I haven't practiced at all. So I'm gonna have to actually start practicing. I've been running a lot of trucks at Kansas this week. I don't know if that'll help me because they're completely different, but hopefully it can help.
Yeah, probably give you a little help.
As Ryan was saying, like, he did a lot of Xfinity, and the Xfinities and the Nationwides are kind of like the same car, but they're different in many ways. And he said he's going and feeling pretty confident, probably going to come out hopefully on top of the win finally for one time in this year.
No, I'm saying I'm ending up in a wall. I'm not gonna win. I'm ending up in a wall.
But hey, if you win, at least
Same thing.
look at the bright side. It'll be your first win of the season.
It will be my first win of the
I
season.
need
Which
my first win too.
part of me doesn't want to win at Kansas because I want to win at my home track.
But winning, you're in though.
But winning needs to come sooner rather than later.
That is true.
Okay, so if we have 3 different winners in the first, or if we have 2 different winners in the first 2 races, then and the last race we'll have 6 people fighting for 2 spots.
Well, yeah, again,
That's pretty crazy.
for the final race, like, why would they fight if they're not in the championship?
Well, I mean, like 6, since there would be
Head
2
Racing
people already
Derby.
locked in. It would be like 6 other people fighting for 2 spots. That's going to be intense.
So, Trent, how do you feel about going into next week for Kansas?
I'm going in how I do my view for every week. Don't die.
It's probably a good thing.
It's got me a win and in the chase. So it's
Honestly, this is what I started doing, and I realized that it makes everything a lot more comfortable. I just don't view the point. Like I didn't know I was in second place and point, and like after Talladega, like once
Oh, 'cause you finished.
like I
Well, you finished second.
once I viewed it. Well, yeah, I finished second. I didn't. Okay, if I put 2 and 2 together, that would have made sense. But, yeah. So, you know, just I don't think about points, so I don't really worry about it. But coming into this part, I think I will be thinking about points because it's the Final Four. Less and less people are going to be making, and I think this is where a lot of people are going to start to struggle gaining those points and stuff. You know,
I think there's gonna be some blood boiling between a few of the shorter tempered people in here. I'm not gonna name short tempered people in the round of 8. I'm not gonna name names, but I think you guys know who I'm probably talking about.
Jeffrey. What?
nope.
Jeffrey's not in.
I know. But yeah, so,
yeah,
Jeffrey,
Ryan
Jeffrey,
Morley.
if you're watching, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
bro. I'm sorry, bud.
No, not.
I mean, it just depends on how things play out. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit intense, especially in, is it Michigan? That's the last race.
No, Concord.
No, I mean the last race of the
Michigan's
round of 8.
Michigan's the last round.
Yeah, Michigan's gonna be intense.
Like, okay, so with that being said, like, if you were to win Kansas and get in round of 4, and if you had a shot to win the money, like, would you still show for every single race just to be there, or?
I would.
I mean, I would for me because honestly, racing's racing, and I just love doing it. You know, I'm not gonna back out of a race. I mean, if it comes to the point where I'm like, okay, you know, they've been fighting really hard. I may have bumped him a few laps ago, and I'm messing up his playoff hopes right now. The chase hopes. So I may let him back around. That way he somebody might get points again. You know, make it on and stuff like that.
I'm kind of afraid to race Ryan Worley because I know him from no. I know him from school, and if I accidentally wreck him, I will feel it in real life. So it's a little bit.
In that case, can I make my name on iRacing? Will Ronan? Can I change my name to yours and then just wreck him?
No, because he will put me in a headlock in the middle of the chorus room, and it's a little bit uncomfortable.
See, that sounds like more of a you problem than me problem.
Yeah. So I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just gotta be. I'm kind of treading on thin ice.
Well, with you knowing Ryan C. Worley, like, does that put more stress on you if you know if you reckon you're going to get put in a headlock or something like that?
I mean, yeah, that puts more stress on me, but it's also more fun to, like, talk about the league with him at school. I mean, that's the reason why I'm in this league right now. Is because he's like, hey, you should join Bonehead Racing. Russell will let you in. And I'm just like, okay.
No.
I'm all of a sudden in the chase.
Every time I talk about iRacing or racing at school, like, people that...
I get called a dumb redneck.
But for me, like...
That happens too, but...
Like, every time I bring up NASCAR, people are saying, that's not a sport.
I hate that.
Yeah,
and people at my school call marching band a sport, but not NASCAR. It annoys me.
Okay.
Boy, you're training more in NASCAR than you are. I was in marching band, and I'm saying right now, when you're marching and stuff, it's almost an exercise.
No, but here's the thing.
But it's not a sport.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna do marching band. Okay, I'm gonna get my instrument. I'm gonna slap on some clothes with long sleeves and long pants, and I was gonna blow into something. Not sexual, but and then I want to march my happy rear end down the damn street.
That was a lot of fun when you phrase it like that. I'm gonna go back to band.
I don't find marching band a sport. Like, if you're out of shape and all that,
Well,
I mean, that's on you. That's not for marching. So technically, all you're doing in marching band is just getting your steps in.
Yeah, and like, that's why like they don't call esports a sport. It is esports. It's different from it. You know, that's what I like about it. Marching band, you know, it's not marching sports or anything like that. It's just
marching sports.
It has all of that to it. Like, you go to competitions, you know, you basically all perform in a kind of, in a way, I guess you could say,
like, it's pretty much
points basis,
like,
and stuff.
When people say NASCAR is not a sport, it's pretty much saying, like, oh yeah, soccer and football are not a sport because all you do is just kick a ball.
No, you just whine and complain. It's drama class.
I think their point is in NASCAR, in football and soccer, you're running around, and in NASCAR, you're not. But that doesn't make any sense.
That's the thing. When people say you have to run in order for it to be considered a sport, and I'm just like, well, I'm sitting here and I'm watching baseball for hours and hours. They're running for probably 30 seconds.
No, guys,
okay, but they're not on the outside in 100 Fahrenheit weather for like 4 hours.
No, but guys,
Doesn't it get like 120 something degrees in a race car?
Oh, sometimes it's 140.
No, at
Yeah.
Las Vegas this year.
140.
At Vegas this year, the air temp was 103 degrees for the cup
In those
cars,
big,
and it was
heavy,
150
fire retardant suits, too.
It was 156 degrees in the cars on average at Las Vegas this
But, like-
year in the Monster Energy
Like,
Cup.
guys, just guess what?
What?
Being in a pit crew is a sport. Because apparently, they run, but technically,
Hey,
Hey, I mean,
like the closest thing you can get to NASCAR is somewhat football because of the impacts and all that. Because you experience G-force in football every time you get tackled or punted against or something like that.
did you hear about the one guy that he was an NFL football player? He got dropped. I forget what team he was on, but he's now part of the pit crew. I want to say for the 22. I don't know if that's right, but I want to say the 22. He's the right tire carrier and like right rear tire carrier, and he once he left football and joined NASCAR, he's like, I never realized how much better this was than football. In football, you just hear a lot of trash talk and stuff, whereas for a NASCAR, it's a lot more like a family-based event.
Yeah, like,
Even though you see all these different flags here and there, it's still a lot more fun and stuff like that. He was saying that, and I'm like, that's cool.
like racing itself.
the only problem I have.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, racing itself, it's not really about trash talking or how cocky you are. It's a sport of passion and caring for other people. Like, sure, Dale Earnhardt was one of the best legends in NASCAR, but with like Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex Jr., Truex Jr. doesn't wreck people intentionally. He's like one of the cleanest drivers out there and probably one of the most respected drivers there. Like, he doesn't get mad that often, right?
Yeah. And like, here's another thing, like, rolling over to Kyle Busch, he wrecks a lot on purpose, obviously. We have all seen it.
No, and then with NASCAR allowing him all right, we're going to take this saw, we're just going to chop off that rear end from Bristol. Because
Oh my god.
that gave him an advantage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then didn't his ass get wrecked out again?
Yeah, I think so.
Granted,
Yeah.
that would have been a really cool race 1 diecast. I don't like Kyle Busch, but that would have been a really cool diecast to buy.
Yeah.
And I'll be on that front.
Well, here's the thing, like, he does go into a lot of wrecks, and a lot of the fans hate him for that, but it's like, you have to think about the passion within a driver of wanting to push so hard
Yeah.
Like,
to get that win and stuff. And it's just like football. They're driving that football down the field as hard as they possibly can to get that win.
well, like, take 2015 season for Kyle Busch. Like, he wrecked out at Daytona, got a foot injury, and then he came back, like, probably before the chase started or after.
Yeah, they gave him a waiver.
And,
Yep.
And then he went off the homestead and won the dang championship.
Cause playoffs are bullcrap.
The only problem I have with NASCAR compared to other sports is some of the talentless pay drivers that they have. That's the only thing. That's the only problem, because in other sports you can't really like pay to get a spot on a team,
Like,
but in NASCAR you can definitely pay to have a ride, and that's just because of the teams are more independent and they're not
That's
like
true.
giant franchises like NFL teams or NBA
Yeah.
teams.
take the
And like,
Devil's Zero, for instance. Like, he's always at the back.
Joey Gase.
yeah, back in the day of Formula One, you used to actually be able to buy your way into a team. You're not allowed to buy a single way. There's no way you can buy into a team. Even if you offer them $10 million, they'll reject you.
What about that one? Wait, are you talking about? Did you say there's no way to buy into a Formula One team?
I mean, you can buy a new Formula One team, but I'm not saying like a driver in Formula 2, which is a series below it, can come up and go, I got $10 million right here for you to give me a drive. They're not allowed to accept that anymore. The FIA, you know, that's basically the NASCAR hauler of Formula One.
Didn't they? But I thought they had someone last year in Formula One that was like really bad that that had like a really rich father that paid the team.
Oh, no.
I can't remember what his name was.
That's Joey Logano.
No.
Jolion Palmer, I think.
No.
I think that was his name.
No. Okay, this is.
Oh no, Lance Stroll. Lance
Stroll.
Yeah,
He-
that was his name.
Lance Stroll wasn't bought into Williams. It's a fact that, so he kind of, what actually ended up happening was he was going to be given, already a contract, but with worse like deals and stuff like that. But here comes his dad, and he said, "I will invest in your team a little bit for one season if you can guarantee just a little bit more benefit for my son." That's the difference. Like, he was going to be given a contract no matter what, but like, it's like that type of thing. It's not necessarily, if you have no contracts up to offer, you can't buy in.
So that's pretty much
No.
like he's saying, even if my kid does crappy, you still give him a good paycheck.
Yeah, and it's another thing, like, Williams doesn't want, like, this season, and this is really big, Formula One team Force India went out of business. They went bankrupt. And then Lawrence Stroll, the guy's dad, went ahead, bought the team, so now it's Racing Point Force India. What is happening right now?
Why?
I got construction going on below me. I'm sorry. But
so, did you just make it stop by just slamming your foot on the floor?
What? No, me. I just muted my mic.
No, like, I was just picturing you just after I heard, as soon as that hammering was going off, I was like, he's probably smashing his foot on the floor, just seeing how annoying you get.
No. So, but anyway,
Not as
so,
you think of it, like, you can see yourself doing it.
but okay, so Lawrence Stroll bought the team, and then there's this big thing saying Lance Stroll, not Lance Stroll. Is it Lance? Yeah, it is Lance. Lance Stroll is going to be racing for the team. The problem is that Williams doesn't want it to be announced because he still has the contract with Williams for the rest of the season. So they have to wait until a certain time where he can announce that he's going to be racing for his dad's team. But the problem is that the other driver, the driver that's going to be his teammate, already spilled the beans. So everyone knows that he's going to the team, but, it's the type of thing that's like,
It's like they're just,
they're
just acting like,
yeah, it's like, I still can't talk about it, even though the beans were spilled. I'm not allowed to say anything.
Man, you know a lot about that situation.
like,
Me? Oh, I follow Formula One more than I do
Personally,
NASCAR. I'm actually putting that up there.
At this point, I would just be like, no, I don't want to sign on your teammate or father. Just give him
the thing is, he has nowhere to go. No offense, but he sucks. So, yeah, he doesn't have a team to go to. Is a problem. But honestly, Formula One, it's USA weekend race happening tomorrow. Honestly, I would be the person going, yeah, switch channels between it. But after seeing the last couple races, I'm gonna say not even worth.
Else,
what?
Let me guess. I bet Lewis Hamilton won the pole. I haven't even seen it though.
I did not get to see the qualifying highlights yet, but
Okay, I have no clue, but it seems like he always wins the pole forever.
Yeah, it seems like it. But the honestly, like, the past couple races have been so boring that I'm just like, you know what? Screw this. Just watch NASCAR. I'm not going to recommend Formula One to anyone.
Like, with Kansas happening tomorrow, like, that's probably gonna be
Wait. Who do you thought got the pole again?
Lewis Hamilton. Did he get the pole?
Yeah, well, you were right.
Of course.
So Formula One.
I just looked at TSN.
I just can't get into Formula One because of how lopsided.
Me neither.
Between
I think that they do it at like middle of the night.
And also because it just seems like there's so much disparity between teams. It just makes it hard to watch and very boring for me other than the starts. I really like how IndyCar is going. Or how it went this season.
Okay, here's the thing. IndyCar is growing so fast compared to Formula One. I think it's shrinking more than kind of growing. You know, they say it is a growing sport now. Like it was shrinking before, but now it's growing again. But if you compare it to IndyCar, it doesn't seem like it's growing that much.
Well, that's the thing is,
IndyCar is booming.
Is NASCAR?
Empty box
is,
just smiling at
NASCAR
that.
getting
Mhm.
I think NASCAR is staying pretty stagnant.
Yeah, NASCAR did have a drop, obviously, we all know, but
Because,
I think they're
like-
starting to stay a little bit level now. Next season, I think it will have an uprise with the new,
package?
yeah, the new package because they're saying guaranteed closer racing and everything like that.
Like, with the package we got now, like, let's just be honest, it's complete crap.
Yeah.
With-
Yep.
Well, it's not. It's only crap at some tracks it's pretty good at. It's like good at like Las Vegas in the chase had really good racing this year. I don't know why specifically
Like,
Las Vegas, but
Speaking of Las Vegas, like, why would they put the chase at Las Vegas? Why not keep it like the old times? Like,
New Hampshire.
that's when it started.
I mean, to be honest, the Las Vegas race was incredible this year, just because of how much battle there was for the lead. I don't know why it was specifically good at Las Vegas, but it ended up being like horrible at Kansas or whatever other mile-and-a-half track. I can't remember now for some reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, I don't know why, but I just thought about. What do you think about them racing on dirt? I think if they can get a big enough racetrack, they should do it.
isn't it like a rumor right now?
I mean, Eldora
Technically-
and the trucks is nice.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know
but
if
the
they should
thing
do
is,
more.
that's a smaller field, not
No.
much,
Here's
but it
here's
is.
what they should do. They should go back to the old days. Put those suckers on Daytona Beach, not not Daytona
Pollution.
International. The beach.
There's not much beach left. I've been there. I mean, there's beach left, but it's not as big as like the videos that you see and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of being eroded away. The ocean's like just munching it up.
Like,
Just
honestly,
munching it up.
You're better off doing it at Miami. But you know,
like it would.
actually, I just thought about that. Racing from Daytona Beach down to Miami. No, not a circuit, but just a straight line race. That would be kind of fun.
That'd be
Drag
more like
race.
rally.
I mean, not. I mean, I guess it would be a little bit like rally, but it would also be like dirt racing.
You know.
I think like
You know what? They,
if you put like a course all along with it through it, I think cool.
you know what?
I mean, it'd be
You know
cool.
what one track it would be interesting to see them on?
What?
The Nürburgring.
They're
Oh no.
That
They
could
would
be an actual
bottom out.
thing because they're doing something in Australia, aren't they?
Australia. They do have their own NASCAR.
I want to
series.
see Cup at Road America really bad.
Yes, yes, yes.
Xfinity at Road America is awesome, but Cup at Road America would be amazing.
Like,
Uh,
if I had to see one track for them to do that they do already, is probably like the Daytona Roval for what they do for like the 24-hour race.
yeah,
I
that
would
would
much
be
rather
cool.
them do that than.
I
I
would-
need,
I would-
Cup, I need Cup at Road America or Cup at Canadian Tire.
Yeah,
Because
I
those
wish
are-
we got a little bit more like for the 24-hour. You get this, you know, like you got the cars with the big wings and everything. I want to see a little bit more of stock car action, not
Bring
these
the stock back
prototypes
in
or
stock,
GT3s or GTE. I want to see stock cars
Here's what they should
going
do.
at it.
Like, for a road race, like at a road course or not a road course, a roval, they should take off the spoilers they have now, put on a GT wing on the back of them, and see how they work.
Should they just add like a stock car class to Rolex 24? Just like a one-time type thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like to have a stock car class.
Well, again, they don't have
I mean-
lights.
I mean, that wouldn't be
Okay.
too bad to do.
If they can put headlights in Cars 3, I think they would find a way to put a headlight in an actual car.
That's funny.
Why are we
Actually,
comparing
not Cars 3, Cars 2,
like,
but
why are we comparing that to real life stock cars?
Because it's what it's based off of, sort of, kind of. No, not actually.
Okay, I know we've kind of strayed from this, but back to the league. I wanted to bring this up. I can't imagine what Concord is gonna be like with these 2011 Xfinities. Or
I've never raced
nationwide.
at Concord, so what was it?
It's tiny. It's like a tiny Pocono.
Like it's,
Russell, you're the league owner.
It's like-
what's Concord like?
it's basically like Phoenix and Pocono, except shrunk down.
Tiny.
A crap load.
That sounds
How
like
long is it, like a-
awful.
Like
Okay.
take
3
Pocono.
miles.
Take Pocono, and then there's Concord. I think you can fit about 20 to 15 Concords inside Pocono.
Yep, it's like about as big as the Charlotte Legends Oval, like in total
Jeez.
size. But it's
Why
like
don't
a
we just use
triangle.
the Legends track then?
No, it
Because-
is more banked than.
Yeah, it's slightly banked.
No, it's not.
I mean-
It's not slightly. It's banked.
Yeah, I did a C-class street stock race on it, and it was just a wreck. So I can't imagine
yeah,
a
of
2011
So
nation.
it's gonna be South Boston Part 2, isn't it?
Probably not.
I would. I
Like,
mean,
with the setup we have,
it depends.
The setup we have is very stable and it's kind of hard to spin it out. But if you
Stable?
There's gonna be a lot of bump and runs since it's. considering it's a
I'm going to be honest. The most stable setup that we've had was Charlotte.
Yeah, I like
because
the
it's
Charlotte setup.
iRacing. It's iRacing setup.
Yeah.
I got my best finish at Charlotte, so I'm a little bit biased.
I choked away at top 3.
Yeah, thanks for that. I got third because
I pounded that wall. Like,
I mean, it kind of serves you right for taking me out at.
I'm sorry.
I know, I forgive you.
but,
Honestly,
Jesus.
I
whole
forgot-
if you did not
Yes.
spin your tires though on that restart at Thompson,
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't have gotten what did I get third, second, something like that?
I think it was like second.
Okay.
But Trent,
What sucks
I-
worse is after that wreck, I accidentally hooked Russell during the caution.
Trent, I just wanna let you know. Anytime I reference that wreck, I'm just joking.
But-
Don't worry.
I know, but I still feel bad because that's the one goal I have in this league is just 2 goals: survive and don't wreck people.
so,
I've already blown the second rule out of the water.
so with Kansas coming
Just
up,
be glad you didn't wreck people that would get more mad than me.
with Kansas coming up, so,
Ryan.
like for next week at Kansas, like what line do you think you're gonna see people run? Like top, middle, or low line for
Middle top, like a mix between the middle and the top.
Honestly, I have my own line. Like there's my own. Russell saw me pass him using this line once. I don't remember if he knows what it is, and sorry. but-
it was like middle top.
Well, I mean, I did a slingshot move, that one. But yeah. So there's a special line that I found on Kansas that you lose a little bit more tire wear doing it, but you can definitely pass with it. And then there is a line that you can definitely run, saving your tire. And then there's the high line where you're just the most consistent. But so like there's always there's so many different lines. If you want to save tires, if you're on the attack, if you're looking just for consistent solid runs, there's so many lines at Kansas, which is why I think Kansas is all about knowing when to change your line and what line to choose at the right times,
Pit
and stuff like
strategy
that.
as well.
So pitch strategy I think won't come into play because cautions.
I mean, you could still do it as you could still use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Did you see that replay I posted in the general chat?
I did not.
Okay, if you guys can right now upload it and view it. On lap 40, I completely threaded the needle. And basically guys went 3 wide and there was this tight gap in turn 3 there was this gap and I'm like, I can make a 4 wide and slingshot straight through it right now. And I took that gap and that gap was closing so fast as I was going through it and I thought I was going to get sandwiched, but I barely made it through. And then when I made it through, I'm just like I said in chat, I'm like I think I said like now that's threading the needle right there, but my brother came in the room just at the right time and he's like that's flirting with disaster right there. That's what that is.
Oh, Russell,
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for not completely dumping me with that whole lap car. I think it was Jeffrey. Because he literally slows right in front of me like the S's. And I have to get on the brakes. And I look in my mirror and I can see that big old nose of the 80. I'm like, balls. So I just slam the gas. Which you don't do that in the S's. Do not floor it in second gear in the S's. That's how you die. So I'm halfway sideways. And I end up cutting up in front of me like 30 different times and finally get it straight. And I just see you kind of backed off. That's what I think I said. Thanks for not ramming me.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey Russell, how many laps is Kansas?
it's gonna be 150, I think.
That's gonna be. Okay, so on.
Is it 150
So that's just.
or 140?
What? So that's
I like 150.
about.
Good number.
I would say that's
Yeah, it's
almost 3 times. That is 3 times. Yeah, 3 times the distance of the normal race that I was doing. So it looks like I need to do 3 races just to get the one for BHR done.
Wait, so Kansas is 1.5 mile track, right?
Yep, 1.5 miles.
So that would be, we would be doing 225 miles.
Yeah,
That's
I think we're
nice.
doing like half of the.
That's longer than the Xfinity race today, I think. No, it isn't.
No,
The race was 300.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, we're all here to race. We're all here to have
Oh
fun.
yeah, I like it
stuff,
being
so,
longer. I
yeah.
think that's awesome. Just,
Yeah.
Like with people saying,
I think
like,
150 is a good number.
Like with people saying, it's like, oh yeah, we should just do what's it called? 130 laps. Why?
Yeah, like Lucas.
Why?
Mostly.
Yeah, I mean,
Like if you don't like
Like-
the long races, then why are you part of this league?
yeah, that's kind of what this league is. It's a longer race,
Yeah.
whereas most of them, like I see races on there that are racing 25 laps. I'm like, dude, you're racing 25 laps in cup cars around Dover. What's that gonna get you?
Yeah,
Like-
the longer
that's-
race really
no,
shows who's the
no.
best at in general.
Here's what it's like. All right, 25 laps at Dover. I got this. Gas it, wins the race. I want a sticker.
It
What's
goes
that
over in,
sticker
like
made out of?
15 minutes.
Probably wood.
Yeah, but
It says
here's
I had no
That
cab.
sounded a lot
Like,
worse.
serious question for Russell though. Are you glad that that race that we did today was only 75 instead of 90?
Like, to be honest, I would like it longer, but my foot, every time I was getting on the brake, it just started killing me lap after lap. It was getting a lot worse every lap, ever since like lap 40 or 45.
Yeah,
Hey, Russell, why didn't you throw the debris caution, huh? My spotter pointed it out, and I radioed it to you. What happened to the debris caution? Hmm?
I hate to break it, but Ryan Flanagan is not debris.
It should be Will Road Armor's not.
you don't see it right now, but I have something up for you.
I was moving cocaine.
I don't know if I'm allowed saying the word over the podcast.
Like the finger?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's fine. But
actually, I got 2 up, but
I'll raise you one.
Wait a minute. I
But,
think I know what the second one is.
But yeah. When you said that, the caution flag was out, and as I was coming over the hill, I just saw Ryan Flanagan just in the grass. And
Yeah, I thought that was an
At
actual
least you didn't
caution.
at least you didn't get 50 X's like me.
I got
Can
one
I-
X because I forgot to downshift, and I just
I
went
wanna-
off the track.
you know what? I want to give an award for the person that what's it called, had the most X's tonight.
So that would be me,
Oh,
what?
most likely.
I didn't get an award when I got 58.
You got
Alright.
58
I mean,
X's.
including when someone ran me off the road
Oh
after.
my
we
God. Will, you
I
have
wasn't expecting you to
55.
break.
Holy Jesus.
He estimated his own failures.
But also, props to Richard Reagan. Like, he lapped the whole field once.
Do I get an
That
award for
reminds me.
55 X's?
That dude's freaking OP.
No, no, he's not OP. He's just skilled.
He's OP.
Please nerf.
Okay, speaking of OP,
Nerf
I'm
him!
kind of glad. Austin Johnson didn't make it into the next round, so he would whoop our butts at the intermediates.
Well, yeah. Again, if Austin Johnson was to finish the Talladega race, he could have made the round of 8.
Yeah, he just randomly left. It was very confusing.
Like,
Speaking of random people leaving, why was Kirk?
He didn't randomly leave. I'm pretty sure the 99 took him out, and then he got.
No,
angry.
I think he had to go. That's why.
I thought it was under green. Oh yeah, Kirk today was like, "Am I locked in?" And I told him, "Yeah," and he's like, "Sweet." And
He just didn't want to race.
no, that's the thing.
I
Like,
wrecked lap 3, and I just didn't want to do it.
If people were to keep doing this, like, let's say Kirk did it again at Kansas, then I'm not going to.
probably wouldn't make it.
I'm not going to score him for the points that he gets. So,
What if someone like lags out? Will you still give them the points?
if someone lags out and rejoins, like, that's
No, but, like if
understandable.
someone lags out and they can't, like they don't.
But like, if their
they
internet
still
went
get
out
points.
completely, then that would be understandable. But they would have to make sure, saying to me like, "Oh yeah, sorry, my internet went out and I couldn't do anything about it because it didn't come back on in time." Like, that's
Yeah.
understandable. But for people to, what's it called? To like
Leave,
just,
like
just-
Kirk.
just straight up leave for no reason.
Like he has like the last 4 races,
Like, well, last 3.
last 3, yeah.
He didn't show for Thompson, I think, but for them to do that, that's kind of just not fair to the drivers or the broadcaster or the league itself, because A, it's more competition, and B, you could be better than other people and you could finish in front of them and get more points than you have now.
Yeah, I don't think Kirk is taking anything very seriously,
Like
so he just kind of.
like right now, we're racing for money for the last race, and which
Yeah.
How much money is it again?
first place gets $70, second 20, third 10.
Oh, nice.
That's
Second
a
and
that's a
third
nice
get
hunk of change.
fourth is gonna be so sad because they made it to the final 4, and then they just.
And he got nothing.
We got
Did they get
Can-
$5?
Give them a cup with your face on it, Russell.
Did they get $1
Mug,
for their
a mug
efforts?
with your face on it.
no.
Yeah, give him $1.
We just give him like Dave Hoot's face on it.
No, they
How
give
about Brian
a
France?
Brian Francis mugshot.
Yeah.
Oh my
Get him a
god.
mug
no,
shot on a mug.
No, Dave Hoots and Brian.
I hate
Francis
you.
shot, and then with Dave Hoots, we just say, "Put it out."
Put it out.
that would be funny, but
18, too fast entering.
Okay,
but we'll.
Number 8, too fast exiting.
But fourth place.
Please commit suicide.
Fourth place will unfortunately get nothing. But
Give them $1. Make them feel
Give
special.
him $1.
but
Can we
Make them
actually take a moment real
paint
quick?
scheme saying I got fourth
But I will
place
say
and didn't
this.
get anything.
maybe for the contenders that were in the chase, will maybe get a T-shirt saying that they were in the championship stuff.
That would
I'd
be
love to get a
awesome.
shirt.
Like,
that says,
I love to get a mug.
Championship
like
4
the
or
like the
something
contender
that.
12, they will only get a contender 12 shirt.
That's
because they
awesome.
were in
That
the-
would-
I want a
all of
shirt and a
us,
mug, actually.
and
So I
then
actually used the mug. That's the funny part.
no, that's the thing.
I would too.
Then the round of 8 will get a round of 8 shirt. Then the final 4, 3 of them will
Get a
get
blowjob.
The 3 of them will get the championship 4 T-shirt, and then one of them will get the champion one. But that's just
That would be awesome.
That's maybe because
That's a
That
cool
sounds
idea.
super expensive though.
like yeah, that's the thing. It's just it comes down to cost.
Yeah. Maybe you can take donations from league groups. Like you can start a
Hey
T-shirt campaign. like
Will,
GoFundMe
do you
or
wanna
Holy
donate some money?
ASMR.
Yeah, I will give you $10 million.
Oh, if you give me 10 mil, I'll be out there racing right now.
$10 million.
No,
There
no,
you go. I
this
just
thing-
transferred it to your bank
No,
account.
think. All right, guys, Bonehead Racing's going to real life.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
The NAS
Like make us like a nice little late model league.
Who would be the driver though?
no,
The champion.
no, the Nat.
Oh yeah, the champion is the driver of our
No.
team.
No, guys, the NASCAR Bonehead Racing Series.
Not even
Oh.
$10 million could
That-
get you that.
That
NASCAR's going downhill. They'll do it.
Like that would be
The
fun.
Bonehead Racing Series. It's just a
Like-
big advertisement for our iRacing league.
No, just think. We just get, like, we just go online, we search around, and then we buy the old COTs with the wing on, and we take them only to super speedways.
Oh.
And then every time one of those suckers turns around, all you just see is someone go in the air, so it's like, wee.
I can already hear Kurt going, ah! I threw a fly through the air! Ah!
Okay,
I didn't hear you imitating Kirk, so.
okay.
I
Here,
love Kurt.
actually, I just thought about this. I'm rolling back to Kansas and everything.
No.
Side drafting. That is super difficult. I mean, take a look at what happened to
That's gonna cost
Christopher
us
Bell.
Like,
You know,
that's gonna definitely.
All guy kind of slid up a little bit to try and get a little bit of a side draft. Took him out.
Like, side drafting is
I
definitely
wonder-
gonna be a factor in Kansas this week coming up.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's like who thinks, oh, that's easy, you know, just go and do it, might take out somebody that could be definitely a championship contender.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering if somebody makes that slight mistake could honestly ruin championship hope.
Does anyone else feel like Ross Chastain got cheated by not making it into the round of 8? I feel like he so deserved to in the Xfinity. Just because
I want to
of,
say
like,
he
what
does, and he
showed in
does,
2022.
but
Like, one thing.
he wasn't gonna make it to the pass with the 4 car.
Yeah, but they said the owner of DC Solar, who was sponsoring him, said that he was actively trying to like get him in more races if he
Yeah.
advanced,
Well,
and then he didn't.
I want to
and
ask
now it goes
something
down.
about the chase for this league. Like, for people that are not in the chase anymore, if they stop showing, like, then that's kind of
John Horn.
no.
Aw, John.
No, but like,
But
it's just when they don't show for the league race, if they're out of the chase, then like, what's the point of racing? Like, that shows they're not a true racer and they're not willing to race anything.
We'll have people showing up, just random people like usual at ovals, like Jason Tripp, Frederick, Hoff,
Like,
or whatever.
seeing new people show up, that's actually fun to see because
Yeah.
it adds more.
I mean, there's a whole lot of people in the There's a whole lot of people on the Discord, but most of them don't come to races.
yeah,
And that's what
I mean-
that's what I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to be part of this league, then why don't you show to the races?
There's people that talk in chat that don't even show up, like Clifford.
Well, yeah, again, Clifford could be busy with real life racing, but
Yeah. Maybe.
like, who's doing stuff at like 7, 8 o'clock at night on Sunday? Not Sunday, Saturday.
I
Getting
had to
drunk.
work at
Like,
McDonald's.
besides work.
That sounds like
Getting
hell.
drunk.
It
Nah.
wasn't that bad, honestly.
You
It's just
guys-
the freaking hours were
like-
dumb.
Okay, so
Honestly,
I remember.
it's-
keep going, Russell.
like, honestly, it's understandable for what's it called, for jobs. Like, that's 100% understandable. But for, like, let's take Bob Merce for an example. Like,
Oh yeah.
like, he says he's out with his family. I believe him. But like, last week at Talladega, he and Charlotte, I'm not going to really take that as an excuse anymore. Like, he said right before the season started, I'm going to show up to every race there is. He's only shown up to one, and he left before the race. And if he showed up to the whole season, he could be in the chase right now. Like, he's not a bad driver, besides him getting D-ranked twice, but he's a great guy, good driver. He just needs to learn how to race better. Like,
Oh, Bob Mertz.
like, he still has a driving
Oh.
like the driving line on, yes, but that's not really a driving line. That is the suicide line.
Okay, so
I
know-
don't like Bob Mertz, but that's for a whole different
Okay,
reason.
so I don't know if you guys will get mad at me. It's a sore subject because I just joined the league around the time when this happened. But in my first race, the whole incident with John Horn happened, and do you guys know if he's ever coming back? Like,
No.
Oh, no, he's
Oh no, he's not.
What even? Did he have a history of doing stuff like that, like wrecking under caution when he
Not-
got mad?
Like,
Was that
when
just-
the league started.
I mean,
this
he took me
season,
out during Phoenix because I kept causing the cautions because I didn't know how to drive the car.
Like,
Oh,
like,
to be
I didn't-
fair, that was just a
like,
setup.
I didn't think much about it at first. Like, I didn't think he was like bad racer. But when he started intentionally wrecking at South Boston, that's when I put my foot down and said, "Enough is enough. You gotta quit it, or you gotta leave."
Yeah, and then
Like-
you were like, if you will get
Like-
you will get banned from this league if you do another thing, and then you rammed into someone with caution.
Like all I said was, okay, he wrecked into caution on purpose, or he caused the caution on purpose. So I gave him a 1-lap penalty in pits. Like, tell me, is that the harshest punishment I can give him? No.
Well, I mean,
He
if it was
could've
his first
told Mark
defense, it would be, but he'd been kind of doing it tonight. It was way too
Like-
aggressive.
Like, it's just like 1 lap, big deal. Go out, get your lap back. But as soon as that happened, he slammed on the clutch, then slammed on the gas, and slammed into the 22. Why would you do that?
Because he was angry, but he didn't. He
So
shouldn't
then
have.
after that, I disqualified him,
Yeah.
and I said,
Oh,
I said,
and what about the
And I said
44? Is it 44?
22.
Oh yeah, Blaine
Oh, Blaine Atkin.
Atkin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
I'm not. Gonna,
he's a decent driver.
Got really, he left at
But-
South. He got mad at Thompson and then left the league.
like.
think.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he
I'm not
luckily
gonna-
got Thompson because we, disqualified his friend.
Like, I don't want to talk about that subject because of
Yeah.
that, but like with John Horn, like he's a nice guy. He seemed like he could be reasoned with, so I was like, okay. So, but after that happened, I just decided, you know what, disqualify him for tonight. Tell him to park it. Then me and him talk after the race, and we're going to talk about like, oh yeah, so and so with this and that. And I was like, all I was going to tell him was just like, all right, you're being a bit too aggressive. Calm down a little bit. Try to race a little bit cleaner, and then show up next week. But after he didn't park it for the night, he just came out of pit road, gassed it, slammed into the rear of the field, took out 2, 3, 4 cars, and
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? You gotta stop. So I was like, you're done for 2 races, park it, your chase hopes are done. Like, that's one punishment I do not want to give. If I have to, I will. And if people try to start drama, then like I don't really want them in the league, because if they're going to cause more problems, then I take your problems somewhere else. Just don't bring them to this league.
Yeah, I mean, I think your ruling was justified because you gave him plenty of opportunities to
Like, calm down and chillax.
to stop himself.
But like, if he's going to take the penalties to a whole new level, then I'm just going to not let him race. Like, I was hoping he would make it to the round of 8 or 12, because
I mean, wasn't he like second in points? He definitely would have made it.
yeah, like he was either like second or like I know he was top 5.
Yeah, he would have made it no matter. Honestly, he would have made it. And the Corey guy, showed
I
up
mean,
for
he
maybe.
made it. Corey made it, but he
Yeah,
never showed up
like,
to
Corey made.
validate.
I don't-
Corey,
I don't even know if Corey even knew he was part of it.
Yeah.
like he could have work and all that.
But I do think a reason why we have a little bit smaller of a base is because we are running, the 2011. Yeah, the 2011s. Once we go into Xfinity, everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it's just gonna be a bunch of people.
You know,
Like, it's-
honestly, it's maybe not popular in this league, but I really like the 2011 Xfinities. Or nationwide. It's something like.
Oh, yeah,
unique.
yeah.
I like the car.
Like
I don't like them at road courses, but I like them at ovals.
What were you saying?
Like,
Russell?
my goal is to start a new league and hopefully, like, have fun. Because I want to create a new league so we get new drivers into that league, and then if they wanted to, have them work their way up, and if we have more than 10 people show, the top 10 people that finish in that season get invited to the main league to come race Xfinities. So it's basically like rookies compared to like pros. But as I said, we don't really have the money to start a third league since the
Yeah,
league
but
lines.
that's a good idea.
Which obviously I'm working on that.
I like it seems like a lot more people show up for like more ovals than like Lime Rock and stuff,
Like-
because we had we had like 15 at South Boston or something, and then we had 8 at Lime Rock. So
Like-
a lot of more random people show up
Like
to the
honestly, I'm
ovals.
gonna say this: like Lime Rock and ovals, people don't really enjoy road courses, but also road courses can be enjoyed.
Oh yeah,
Looks like we have someone else in the chat, and
yeah. Lucas is in
yeah.
general.
So we'll probably
Saying to move him.
take a quick commercial break, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In fact, I still need to pack.
That can wait.
Yeah.
But-
This is Saturday.
But yeah, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, guys. When we come back, Lucas Cram should be with us. If you don't know who he is, he's
Broadcaster.
our
Yep.
league broadcaster. So we should be back here.
At the corner.
So we'll probably take 3 to 4 ads before we come back, guys. So if you
Yeah,
want
you're
to stick
gonna say
around,
powers for a second.
if you want to stick around or ask questions, leave your comments in the chat. Ask questions. So yeah, we're going on an ad right now.
So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up.
4 more kilometers. Oh, there we go! They touch!
This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride.
Frankie! Down to the inside of Hoosie's off!
Messenger throws the block, and he will keep him behind him.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down. Hand over my crown. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up. I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart. I do this for my town. I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Yeah.
All right, back live.
Yep.
So, guys, we're back to live. Joined with Lucas Cran. He is the He is the league broadcaster. Make sure you go check out LCTV. And right now we're just on random topics. So, if you want to bring up a topic, you're more than welcome to.
Thanks to Max BTV, there's no more black lines at the broadcast. So.
There's a what?
There's no more black lines at the broadcast.
Yay!
So party.
So when are we making the mug with Russell's face on it?
just my face with the thumbs up in front of it. Just
Yeah, that's whoever finishes 4th place in the championship gets. Whoever finishes 4th gets the mug with Russell's face on it.
Probably the 4th place championship guy will probably get a t-shirt or something. Also, if you guys want to check out BHR merch, it's coming very soon.
I'm gonna waste all my money
10
on
years later.
Yeah, we're gonna have like t-shirts on that.
I don't know. Do you want a t-shirt?
T-shirts, mugs, body pillows, you name it.
Unless it has your face on it.
I'd kind of like to see a t-shirt with all of our cars on the front and all of our names on the back.
That would be pretty cool.
What car would I use though?
For the people. Wait,
that's the thing.
Wait,
also,
so
Trenton.
Not the test car.
Are we talking about like for who showed and all that?
Do whatever you did at the start of the season, like your first paint scheme you ran, or the primary paint scheme.
Yo.
That paint scheme you made me looks great. Thank you so much.
No problemo. I'm about to see how it actually looks.
So, yeah, how come you don't have the chase stuff, Trenton?
Trenton just made me one with the chase.
Oh yeah, again, after day, not too many people had the chase spoilers on and all that, which I let us slide.
The spoilers wouldn't load. I had like the sticker, like the round 12. I had that on the pillar, but the spoiler.
I didn't see that.
I'm gonna let it slide this for Lime Rock, but when it hits Kansas, you gotta have the real red spoilers on it.
I think it's
round of
just
8.
because the fact that when you put it on top, it will screw it up a bit because it's a bit. Is it higher, Lucas? Yeah.
It was actually lower. I had the issue. I had to drag up the file and to align it correctly.
Hey Lucas, who's your pick for our championship?
Oh, the champion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's anyone in this room plus Ryan Worley, George
Yeah.
Garcia, and Kirk.
I was I don't know. Ryan seems fast if he can actually make it. Ryan seems fast. Ryan Worley.
Like, who would your top 4 be for the championship?
Top 4 in order or just random?
Like,
doesn't matter.
Random.
Okay. I would probably say Ryan Worley, you Russell.
What was that?
Trying to think who else. I probably put Trenton in there.
Don't choose me, okay?
I
don't even understand how I'm in the round of 8.
The broadcaster curse will curse all these drivers, so not any of them will make it to the final 4.
That sounds about right.
If you guys don't know what broadcasting curse is, where if you get everybody Lucas Craig, you get cursed and then you wreck out in at least 5 laps.
Yeah, if any of you during the race, just say your prayers. It's not gonna go very well after that. Yeah, actually, that happened to me twice. I think on Friday night too.
I think it happened when Lucas interviewed a couple guys at Talladega. I think you either.
Well, he interviewed me at Talladega when I was using the mouse still, and
Yeah.
I wrecked with. It wasn't my fault. I think Steven came up on me a little bit, and we kind of just got in the wall. And it was like 6 laps after. So I don't know if that counts as the broadcast curse, but
The interview curse when it first started was like literally immediately after. Like I interview somebody out of the lead, and then on the restart they miss shift and blow a motor and wreck, or something like that.
the
But
one
I
with
just-
Flanagan was hilarious, where the 3 wide at Charlotte one.
Oh yeah.
Beat him.
Oh my
the
god.
one you interviewed Andrew
No.
Singleton, and then,
Yeah, I interviewed Andrew, and like immediately after the restart, he gets right where you did.
that was partly my fault because I was riding Flanagan's bumper.
Yeah, like you bumped him a little bit. And
Yeah.
like, he just. Oh my gosh.
Why does this interview curse even exist?
I don't know.
It's like every time you get interviewed, something bad happens.
Hey, I won Talladega. That's not a curse.
I got taken out of the lead multiple times.
I
Steven,
accidentally moved.
you
to
flipped
some-
like 3 times at Charlotte. I know that's unrelated.
Yes.
Maybe remember that.
I've
It's so
constantly been going to the front. I was the biggest mover at Talladega by far.
Yeah, you and
And I
Russell
get
were
wrecked
colliding.
whenever I get up to the front. I
I
can
don't-
race my lap back, and I still get wrecked.
I don't know what it is about Charlotte, but every single like league I have broadcasted or commentated there, including for Max TV, in the trial vault, somebody hits those like walls on the trial vault, like the worst possible angle, and goes flying in the air every single time,
That's
and just die.
honestly, I'm looking forward to the new iRacing damage model because that's supposed to come out in
Yes.
December, if I'm correct.
Oh,
Lucas.
We'll see.
Lucas, have you ever
I'm-
broadcasted a race where someone where that glitch happens where they hit the wall and then they glitch like 1 billion feet in the air? Have you
Yeah.
ever broadcasted a race that happens?
Not like 1 billion feet in the air, but they've been launched in the air. Just that the angle they hit it, like they always like get turned into it and hit at the same time. So like it's just the worst possible angle to have happen.
Didn't that happen at Addiston?
I
I think
it
it's
happened-
hilarious.
I happened at Atchison. It happened when I did the All Pro Racing for Max TV, and like 4 trucks hit that, like the worst possible angle, all 2 different accidents. Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
I think it's hilarious listening to iRacing commentators commentate over someone glitching out of the map because they just don't know what to say because they're trying to keep it like it's NASCAR, but that glitching out of the map would not happen in NASCAR. They're just like,
I just say connection issues. Oh, I
No,
just
I
Even
mean, like-
whenever the pace car glitched out, like he went through the wall.
oh yeah, the pace
Oh.
car is
Yeah,
glitching inside the
that-
wall in one of our last races.
yeah, that happens at Dega and Bristol. I know that. And then at Lanier, it just drives through the pit wall. There was one race. So I don't know if you know Sean Williams, but he does all the crash compilations on YouTube for iRacing. But he posted a video recently of an NAS race at Charlotte where there was a wreck about, I don't know, a little after halfway, like 50 laps ago, I think it was. And the pace car just never came out on track. And so they didn't know what to do because they kept saying, let the pace car by, but it was just stopped on pit road. And so they ended up kept racing. And Sean, who ended up wrecking, was probably 5 laps behind the field and 30th. He ended up coming 6th. It was so funny.
That's funny. So tell us more about this 115 lap down guy. I'm very interested.
Oh,
about
so
that.
he wrecked 15 times. But anyhow, I was in second coming down pit lane, and I think we had about 40 laps to go. And I don't know what it is with ever since I had the squeaking issue with my gas pedal, I put WD-40 in it. My gas pedal sticks. And so I'm going on pit road, I'm about to come off second, and my gas pedal is sticking, and I don't realize it. So I hit the brake to try to slow down, but I reached 38 miles an hour just long enough, so I got an E-well penalty. So I had to start all the way to the back. Look, there's not many people on lead lap, so I drove back to the field. No caution came out. I restarted second, and then I held off the leader after I passed him for a solid 30 laps, and then 10 laps left to go. I'm coming off turn 2, so we're side by side for the race lead, and this guy 114 laps down is in front of me and just doesn't move on my way. And so I hit the back and trying to move him, but it didn't work, and I ended up losing the win because of it.
But why would you lose?
And then you're out of the chase.
Because I couldn't get around him.
What track was this though?
Bristol. And it's I understand if you're 1 lap down, maybe, yeah, you're racing position, but you're now 114 laps down and so damaged that you're crawling around the track. Get out of the way. I don't care. Go to the apron. Seriously, when you're battling for the lead and you're 115 laps, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so mad. And it sucks too is that I came into this race 12 points out of the cutoff, and I had a really good night. Came second. All the guys except for my teammate who came 4th had a really bad night, and so my teammate now is at the final transfer spot. So I'm 10 points out in the next round with 1 race left. But if I'd won, I would have gotten the next round. So.
Ouch.
And the winner wasn't even in the playoffs, so that, yeah. Things times 1,000. The only reason I'm out, too, is because of the fact that I missed the start of last week's race, thanks to everybody wrecking a Dega. Here.
Welcome.
I missed the first 40 laps of Charlotte before getting wrecked anyhow and finishing 12th. So I started off this round of the playoffs awful.
Hey Russell, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the Michigan we're racing at 2014 Michigan
Yes,
or New
it is.
Michigan?
2014 is
Okay.
it's the free version.
Okay, good. I already bought Kansas this week. I don't want to buy another track.
Yeah, I'm currently saving up until Black Friday when they have the whole
Oh, yeah.
membership like discount thingy. So
Does anyone
that
know
way,
how much a year is on Black Friday?
Probably
like
100.
$80.
80 bucks. Okay,
It's
I'm
110
definitely
version
getting
8, and I'm pretty sure it's 25% off, so it's like $82 somewhere.
that. Definitely getting a year membership at Black Friday because I'm right now on monthly and it's draining my money.
Yeah, it's no point doing monthly.
Yeah, I got 2-year membership back in August of last year, so I'm good until August of
Also,
2019.
Anyone in the stream
But-
that is watching, if you have iRacing,
Excuse me.
you wait. if you have iRacing, you're on a monthly plan. Switch to the 1-year plan because you'll save around $40.
Yeah,
I
I've been
have-
using the monthly
Okay.
plan since 2015.
I have it
Um,
on Steam, so
Really?
remember how, okay,
Yeah.
I just thought about this. If there is one road course that I absolutely want to go to next season, it's
Motorsport.
it's Circuit of the Americas.
That's gonna be difficult.
I have to not agree with you on that one.
Daytona Roval.
We don't have to do
It's
the
not-
full
it's
track.
not a roval, it's a road course.
No, Motorsport, because trucks go there.
Guys, we should make our own track where it's the Charlotte Oval, but then every 3 laps you slow down and take the Legends Oval all the way around, and then keep going on the normal oval.
There it is.
So
I-
wreck
That's the
fest.
new track. That's the new track we need to do.
I know this sounds very biased because I live in Loudon,
No,
but
here's
the
what-
New Hampshire road course. If your name is Russell, stop interrupting me. If the New Hampshire road course is actually a lot of fun. Like me and JR have raced there in the 4GTs. It's fun. We're racing on the trucks. It's so much fun. Like it's ridiculous.
I am
Well,
right
don't.
now. I'm mentally challenged with this Twix stick.
Is that what you're interrupting me?
Right or left?
Red.
All right, center.
Potato.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Kansas Oval.
Why buy a match
No.
anywhere else?
You wanna know what my?
Oh
favorite
god,
potato
my
is?
ear's bleeding again.
Dang it, Trent.
Oh, why me? God, I got even more blood in my headphones.
Nice.
Oh, freaking.
This sounds very painful.
Oh, it hurt. Oh, Lucas, for the record, as you saw in the Discord, I slammed my ear against my car door. My ear's been bleeding on and
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
It bled during the race. I felt it. I felt it. It was not fun.
Yeah, like I said, it reminds me of me and my friend were down at his house, like down next to the river, and he found like a beer bottle, and he went to go throw it in the river, and he hit my head with it instead, and it shattered it on my head.
Ow!
It was amazing. I didn't get any stitches for it either. I probably should have, but it was also.
Is that why you're so special?
It was funny because exactly. That's why I'm all mentally challenged.
What?
I was wearing
Saying that sentence was.
I was wearing a tie-dye shirt that was red, white, and blue, and so the blood got onto my shoulder, and it was like right where the red spot was. So it just added paint to it. Pretty funny.
You made it more American.
Exactly. I made it more patriotic.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I still remember that day actually. I had to run up to his house too, because like we were really far down, because like his house is right next to a huge like hill, and they cut down like all the trees in the hill pretty much, and so we had to like run up and over all the trees to get back up. But then when his mom saw it, she like flipped out. It was so great.
Oh my god.
Did she let her do a flip?
Yeah.
Well, I'm disappointed in that false story, sir.
Oh my god.
Wait. So wait. Hold on.
SMS
Wait,
lobby's no
hold
longer a
on.
thing.
Hold on.
What?
SMS lobby.
What's
For NR
SMS?
2003. What it's long story short, it's like kind of like how this is gonna sound very cringe, but it's kind of like how Minecraft first worked.
Oh, okay.
You can join
yeah,
people's
guys.
race through SMS.
Speaking of
and SMS,
NR 2003, I picked up a physical PC copy of NR 2003
Nice.
from my local Goodwill for 75 cents.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
You
What?
lucky. Jesus.
Damn.
It was
you
a
should just sell it.
version.
Sell it.
No.
I'll send a picture really quick.
You
Sell
should
it.
just sell it for like over $100.
Hold on.
Well, no.
Let me go
I
get my
paid
phone really
60
quick.
for my copy.
Okay,
So
I
nothing.
was at
Yeah, I
a
paid
Goodwill.
nothing.
Wait, hold on, guys, hold on.
You can get it for
Guys.
free.
I mean, the physical
Hold on.
copy's worth.
I got mine back when it was very shady to download.
The physical copy's
bad.
better
But
because
here's
you don't
the-
have to because like with a free copy you have to like go through like a ton of stuff to do. It's kind of a pain, and you can't do some things, but it's still pretty much the base game.
No, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Like, I want to go back to what Lucas was saying about how he got that non-stage deal. So, I'm surprised a female actually.
Jesus H. Christ, that was creepy
There's the
sounding.
picture of the copy I got.
CD key! CD key!
That's the
CD
copy I
key! I'm stealing your CD key.
No, too late.
Screenshotted it. Boom! CD key! CD key!
Hey,
Too late.
What were you saying?
But so like I was saying, a female actually touched Lucas for once.
She didn't.
Can you make out those letters?
Yes, I can.
Don't ask why I'm on Facebook. Leave me alone. I can hear myself just going CD key.
And now we know your Facebook.
All you're gonna
No.
see is just my profile
I-
picture is me when I shave my head.
I
I like
actually,
your
You guys are into that.
I actually did not get stitches for that, but I did get stitches last June
What
when I was riding my bike. I was riding my bike in like our town
the? Hi,
skate park,
Russell.
and I don't BMX at
I
all.
don't have my
Excuse-
messenger up right now.
I wasn't.
I don't have messengers.
I don't BMX at all, so I was just riding around like in
Wait,
and,
so as in,
with my friend or whatever.
so as in you're pretty much a normie.
Yeah, and so I was riding around, okay, and I went like there was like a ramp. It went like up a little bit. It was flat and went back down. It was a little tiny thing, so I just rode up a couple times. One of the times I rode up it, I was pretty stupid and didn't have my pedals neutral, so like they were flat. So one was down, one was up, and when I did that, I go over the lip. The pedal caught. I was riding pretty fast too. The pedal caught, went off the side of the ramp, went over the handlebars, landed face first, and skidded a good 10 feet. Yeah. I got road rash all over my face, above, like, right where my eyebrow was. Yeah, I split that open entirely. Had to get 8 stitches right there. I still actually have the, like, it's still not healed on my fingers. I buy the road... I buy the road rashes on my fingers. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Probably... Yeah, and then the worst pain I ever experienced was when I went to the emergency room and they put gauze on it, except that it was like stringy gauze, it wasn't non-stick, and so all the strings of the gauze got stuck in my road rash on my fingers.
This is fun.
And needless to say, I needed to take the gauze pad off eventually. So when that happened, I had to put my hand in a bowl of water for like 2 hours. It was literally the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. It was
So
All right, you know what?
The worst.
I'm gonna
trying to
I'm gonna
get
tell
like
you-
strains out of road rash.
I want to tell you one of the most bonehead moves I've ever done.
Oh boy,
Ah,
here we
get
go.
it, 'cause
Here
that's
we
the
go.
name
Here
of
we
the
go with the
league.
pounds. Here we go.
So-
Little knee slapper.
Christ almighty.
So one day I was like, you know what? I gotta let my bike run for a little while. Just gotta let the oil get to place where it needs to get, gas get to place where it needs to get. So, so I had an electric starter at this time. So when I tried to crank it over, the sucker wouldn't start.
That's rude.
And so I had the brilliant idea to run it up and down my street and jump on it and try to get a rolling start with it.
Manual starting.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could have just
No, it is.
you could have just pulled you could have just pulled the string and started it.
There is no such thing as that on dirt bikes.
Oh.
And this one didn't have a kickstart.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so when I was running it up and down the street, I was like, okay, if it's not going to start, I had to go find a bigger hill. And I knew where a bigger hill was. So I found a bigger hill. And I was like, and my mom was following me at this time. And so as I was going down the hill, I jumped on the bike, waited till I was at the very bottom, and I slapped it in second gear, and just slammed my whole body down on it. It fired up. So I was like, okay, time to drive it home. So then I just dropped a gear and I took off. And no, I had no equipment on at this time. No helmet, no neck brace, no body armor. Just a t-shirt and shorts.
How are you alive?
And as I was flying up the hill, here comes this guy in a car. Texting and driving. And I knew, like, I was getting ready to turn, and I knew if I turned, it was going to be bad news for me.
One question.
No questions.
Why are you riding your dirt bike in the street?
Why wouldn't I? But
it's America.
It's your own fault. You can't be mad at the car when you're illegally
Here's
running
the
a motor
thing.
vehicle.
As I was getting ready to turn, he just comes flying out of nowhere, and I look over to my left. There's a freaking Honda, and I'm like, if I'm gonna die, I ain't dying from a Honda. Even though I was on a Honda motorcycle.
If the dude was driving a Mustang, would you have flung yourself into him?
Nope. I hate Ford. I hate Ford with a passion.
Wait.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
I mean, here's the thing with Fords, alright? Some cars I got soft spot for the Mustang, but any other Ford, it can go
Okay,
die.
that topic's over. So.
Okay, no. I like the Ford. The RS is good.
Here we go.
So where was I?
But,
I was like this. So.
You're not down to a Honda.
So. I had to slam on both of my brakes. So, as soon as I slammed on my front brakes, the bike got out from under me. And
why would you hit your front brakes?
Because I had no choice. So,
I have a funny story about
You
that,
had plenty
too.
of You hit the rear brakes.
I have a funny
I
story
hit-
about
I
something doing that.
I hit the rear brakes, and then I had to hit the front brakes. So,
It sounds like this was all your own fault.
technically, it was the Honda's fault. So
It was your own stupidity to be riding a dirt bike on the street when you're not supposed to be and hitting the front brakes.
Lucas, you have no room to talk. So,
Oof.
so
That makes sense.
But about Russell finish his
So-
story.
as soon as I was on the concrete, it was hotter than hell out there that day. I slid for about.
You would know 'cause you've
I
been there.
slid for about 50 feet, and
In shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, no, you didn't blow your
Ugh.
skin off. I don't know if I believe
Are
any
you-
of this story.
No, it's
This
true.
sounds
I have-
completely
This
fabricated.
sounds
have-
you're making up
I
as you
have
go along.
pictures. I have pictures.
You've been like stuttering and slowly talking this entire time, like
It
with
happened-
gaps
it
in
happened
between each
2
other
years ago.
sentence.
So,
Good. Picture didn't happen.
so
Uh-huh.
I slid for about 50 feet. The concrete was hotter than hell, and the bike was still on top of me when I came to a stop. So I had to use my left foot and leg to push that sucker off of me. And when I got up, I just had blood coming out of my legs, and I'll show you pictures here right now.
I don't really want to see
Yeah,
that.
either A, that is
I
made
forgot.
up. If you do have pictures, B, it is extremely exaggerated because if you slid for 50 feet with a bike on top of you,
You would have no knees.
Yeah,
Hey,
you would have no skin left on you.
Do you want to know how fast I was going? I was
You have to go-
I was in third gear hauling ass up there.
There is no way in hell. No, I don't believe that at all. Maybe you did wipe out your motorcycle or your dirt bike, sorry, but you did not slide for 50 feet with a bike on top of you, because, like, no.
It was either 20 or 50. I don't know. I don't do the math.
You slid, broke whatever bone you have in your body, continue.
I didn't have no broken bones.
I thought you was going to say you didn't have any bones.
I broke. I actually have only broken one bone.
Douglas Russell.
I've
Cheese stick. I'll be
I have
back.
broken
Russell's gonna tell the
I'm
next
gonna go grab a
story.
cheese stick.
If it makes you feel better,
Jeez.
if it makes you feel better, hold on. Oh yeah, I've only broken 2 bones and I had a piece of metal in my eye. So
That sounds extremely painful.
when
I
when
have
they were,
now broken 3 bones, so I
when-
just broke my middle finger.
when they were,
I have broken
that's the
no
thing.
bones.
When they were
My
ripping it
cool.
out, it was painful as hell.
I broke my collarbone.
I
That
had no broken bones
Okay,
until about.
Discord just crashed on me, so hold on.
I had no
Ouch.
broken bones until about 4 years ago.
I have
was
a bike
playing-
story.
I was playing Foursquare at my school during recess.
Oh my god.
And
Recess.
the ball went out, okay, and somebody threw it back, and I was in fourth square, so it was like the king or whatever. And so I put my hand up to grab the ball, and it hit my pinky, and it bent it and snapped it and twisted it, and it was pretty bad. It was like what a compound fracture is, right? It was a compound fracture, except the bone didn't go through the skin.
I know what a retard
Hey
is.
guys, I
And
have
then-
a
2 years later, I broke my index finger playing football at recess when I was in 8th grade, visiting a school. And then on Thursday, I just broke a middle finger by playing some stupid game like PE teacher forced me to play.
Well, that sucks for you. You can't flip off nobody.
That's not true. I know. I'm always flipping people off because it's straight
Hey
up.
guys, this might be crazy, but I have an incredibly
Alright.
graphic story that happened.
It's not the best picture, but
Oh yeah, you ripped. Yeah, no, that looks like something.
I have a story.
That looks like
Wait,
your
hold on.
cat.
Let me tell my
That
story.
looks like your cat. That looks like your cat
I
clawed
couldn't
you.
tell after.
You do not
Okay.
fly for 50 feet with a bike on top of you. Look like that. No.
Guys, listen
Yes.
for a second.
if you
So
want to see the
one
bike, I'll
time,
send the bike.
this was very graphic. One time I was on my scooter
Okay, no
and
one
I
cares.
fell and I got a boo boo.
Oh god, I got a boo boo.
That's not safe for life story.
It's not safe for work.
My friend broke his arm on a scooter.
Oh,
Well,
did he get hit? Did he get kicked by it?
my boo boo.
Did he slide for 100 feet this time?
That's
No,
nothing compared
no,
to my boo
no,
boo.
He slid for
I
100
actually
feet
don't
with a
know-
car on top of him.
I actually don't know what happened. All I know, he went down this one trail. He must have been hauling, and I mean, he must have been hauling serious ass. And
To get that boo boo?
no, then we
Get that boo
like, all he
boo.
told me when he tried to turn. All I saw when I went up to him, I
dork.
saw a bike, not a bike, a scooter.
I
and
have
him
returned with not
in the
only
mud.
cheese sticks, but a slice of pizza.
Oh wow.
I
At
Can I tell
11
my
at night.
bike story now?
hold
It's
on.
pretty funny.
Let me tell
Okay.
my story first. So I was going down Mount Washington in my car.
What story?
That's not a bike story.
Yeah. Not a bike story.
I got caught underneath the car tire. It slid down the mountain.
That's not a bike story.
Fine, it was a bike. Okay. I forgot it was a bike. It was a bike. So I got underneath the bike. My leg got stuck in the
Totally
spokes,
real.
and I slid down for 150 feet and then fell off a cliff.
That's a real story.
But then a boo boo.
Oh no,
Okay.
it wasn't a car. It was a bike. Yeah,
I got a
remember
boo
now.
boo.
Alright.
Got a boo-boo.
Okay, I'm just saying we're no longer talking about racing on
My
this.
story was actually in the yearbook in my elementary school. Alright?
I still need to go get my yearbook from my high school.
I don't care about that.
I was
For
making fun
me.
of Russell.
So
Okay,
we went to
well-
grade 8 graduation camp. Shut the heck up.
Oh, it's getting serious now.
I had a big boo boo after this one, alright?
How big was
So
your boo-boo?
so it's pretty big.
Pretty dang big.
I went to grade 8 graduation. We went to a stupid camp, which
Was it deep enough to penetrate?
no, that's what she said. But no.
What do we do?
So we had to force to ride bikes around, and so I haven't ridden a bike in a couple while before this happened.
And
So I
a
was
couple
bad
wild-
fast. Shut up.
In a couple.
Who's dying? That's my job.
Wait, hold on,
Ah,
hold on, wait.
couple.
Steven, I think you're leaving out the most important detail. It had
What?
training wheels on it as well.
No, like a mountain bike.
Oh, so
Yeah,
now-
full
With
flat.
training.
he hasn't
So-
used training wheels.
so-
He has not used training wheels in a couple while.
So
Yeah.
So a mountain bike with training wheels.
No. Anyway, it was like we had to get off the bike at one point, make someone else go on it. So when I got in first by riding fast, and when we got to the first one, I actually hit the front brake, and I flew right off. I got back up, laughed my ass off, freaked the hell out of everyone around me, and they just kept going. I was just laughing my ass off. Everyone was laughing. I gashed my knee. That was fun.
Wait, so as in
Everyone made fun of me now
wait, so
for it.
wait, so there was a mountain Riding a
No,
bike.
it was a mountain. It was like a little course they made with the mountain bikes that they had at the camp area, and I just went on it, hit the front brake, flew right off, and I got up laughing like a maniac.
So as in pretty
Oh,
much, so as in pretty much.
you want to talk about flipping over handlebars? Oh boy. Okay. So at the end of every single season, ski season, the workers at the resort have a party and everything. Now I brought my bike to this party. We took off the front tire and bolted on the skis. And
Well, you know what?
so
I think this is a great time to end the broadcast.
Let him speak.
no. So I start booking it down the hill. And like I realized that they disconnected my rear brake, and because I don't have a front brake because there's no tire, I'm like, well, now I just don't have any brake. So what I did was I just pushed the skis really hard into the ground, and I flipped over the handlebars, face planted, had the rear tire hit me in the back of the head, and then the bike somehow managed to go down the rest of the hill and then run into my car in the parking lot. Like,
No.
this is just karma for something random in the past. Don't know what it is, but this has to do with karma.
Russell's story. Russell's version of that story. I was going down, and I fell on my handlebars, and the bike went through my head and split my head in half.
It went down 50 feet.
Yeah. And then my bike, and then my car,
You know what?
the bike hit my gas tank, and my car exploded.
Lucas, you didn't know a detail.
You know,
You got
guys,
the
related
boo-boo.
story. I was driving one of
I
those
don't have a
tricycles
car.
that you find at preschools, and I was driving it down like a 90-degree angle, and I got a small boo boo.
No.
Oh my
You
god.
know what? This is a great time to end the podcast. So
Broadcast. I agree.
Are you kidding me?
Podcast.
It's okay, guys. He hasn't taken English in a little while. And,
In a while, little.
well, if you guys,
what you? I forgot what you say actually now.
And it would.
Yeah, what he said earlier.
I forgot too.
Wait, it was something like double.
What's that? I can reaffirm.
you know what? Podcast is gonna end. Right, guys. If you did enjoy this podcast,
What
make
you
sure
did.
Tell ISIS my pee-pee.
What?
don't forget to give the podcast a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
The next
Wait,
Thumbs
my,
up,
my phone's
subscribe.
upside down. I'm hitting the thumbs up.
the the next podcast will be on Bonehead Racing.
Kansas.
It will be after the Kansas race. So if you guys enjoyed it, slap that like
You
button.
may have to wait until 1 a.m. to do that.
Slap
Who was crapping into their bike?
slap the like button, hit that subscribe button,
Remember to slide 50 feet.
and we will see you guys in
With a
the
bucket
next
of you.
podcast.
Boogle, boogle.